How have I built confidence and or resilience over the course of my career? It's been a journey, and I'm not gonna lie, it's an ongoing journey. I, anytime you try something new or different, I'm scared. Like I have butterflies in my stomach. But by the same token, those butterflies in my stomach tells me that I am stretching myself, or it tells me that I'm starting the beginning of a brand new exciting journey. But when it first happens and I do get those butterflies in my stomach, I'm like, I don't know. What did I get myself into? Did I get in over my head? Right? Can I really do this? So all these thoughts start going into my head, right? And I like to call that my inner voice. So my inner voice is not always the most supportive voice. It's the voice that's always throwing all the doubt in my mind. So what I try to do is I try to turn down the volume on my inner voice and turn up the volume on my inner coach. So what's my inner coach? My inner coach reminds me, hey, Jen, remember, 15 years ago when they asked you to be part of a huge change management initiative to implement, a software called SAP into the organization, and you knew nothing about communications, change management, and organizational design. And you thought you'd never, ever be able to figure it out because it just looked so complex. And a few months into the initiative and the project, you got automatically assigned as the lead of the Change Lead Network because you were doing it already, and you did it, and you did it successfully, right? So I try to think back in my mental file cabinet of previous times when I took on initiatives, activities, jobs, projects that I didn't feel very confident about my skill set for, or I was a little afraid to do. I didn't know if I was in over my head or not. And I think back about how I felt at that time when it first got assigned to me or when I first volunteered for it. And then I think back, I fast forward to the end, how I made it through, right? I researched, I asked questions, I brainstormed, I worked hard, and I got through it. And as a result of that, I emerged just with that much more experience, right? So it didn't turn out the way that inside voice was telling me it was gonna come out. It actually came out fine. I figured it out. And so that's how I've learned to again, kind of build that confidence and resiliency, is really reflecting back in past experiences and successes that I've had, and even past failures that I've had. Sometimes I've had a few experiences where I've made a decision and I didn't like the way it turned out at the end of the day. And I'm like, okay, Jen, you got through it. At the time, it felt like you were never going to get through that situation, right? I've been through layoffs where I've had to lay off people. And I've been through times when I've had to let people go. It's not pleasant, but I got through it. In some instances, I feel like I could have done a better job at how I handled the situation, right? It was okay, but it could have been better. And so I just take those past experiences and learn from them and reflect on what I could have done differently, if there's a way it could have turned out a little smoother than it did. And then I use that past experience and those learnings to help guide me in any future adventures I go on that give me those same little butterflies in my tummy.